Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we have such an exciting show as we're making a very underrated recipe from Spain, this time from the beautiful region of Valencia, where they're famously known for the iconic paella valenciana. We're talking Spanish rice with Swiss chard. This is known as Arroz con Acelgas Valenciano. And let me tell you, this is not your typical rice dish. This is the next level in goodness, as it's filled with so many amazing textures and flavors. It's easy to make, and the best part, it's all done in about 40 minutes. Folks, serve this dish next to a crunchy baguette and a bottle of Spanish red wine, more specifically from the region of Utiel Requena. Gonna have yourself a fabulous meal. Alright, let's just jump right into this. I'm gonna add in 1 liter of vegetable broth into a saucepan, which is about 4 1/4 cups. You can also use chicken broth here, beef broth, or even water if you like. Just make sure to season accordingly if you're using water. We'll also pinch in a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is about 1/4 gram. Link where you get the Spanish golden saffron I'm using in the description box below. And heat it with a medium heat. At the same time, I'm going to heat a stock pot with a medium heat as well. And add in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 60 milliliters. Make sure you use the good stuff here. This is what flavors all the ingredients. Link where you get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm going to cut 1 medium-sized potato that's already been peeled, washed, and patted dry into small bite-sized pieces that are 1/4 inch thick, which is a little over 1/2 centimeter. I'm using a Yukon Gold potato, but you can use whatever potatoes you like. And we'll also finely chop 1 medium-sized onion and roughly chop 6 cloves of garlic. And like I've told you in the past, if you prefer, you can chop the vegetables before heating the pan. Then we'll add the chopped onion and garlic into the stock pot. You'll mix the ingredients around continuously, that way they don't brown too quickly and it all evenly sautés. After about 3 minutes and the onions are slightly translucent, we'll add in the sliced potatoes. And we're going to continue to mix this and go for a few minutes on the potatoes. About 5 minutes after adding the potatoes and they're lightly sauteed, at this stage you don't have to fully cook them through. I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2 1/2 grams. And we'll give it a quick mix. And then we'll add in 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, which is 120 grams. As always, I made mine by finely grating fresh tomatoes, but you can also use canned tomato sauce here, which is similar to passata. And we'll season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together and then simmer it for a few minutes. While the tomato sauce is simmering, let's get the rest of our ingredients ready. I'm going to measure out 1 cup of rice, which is 190 grams. I'm using Spanish paella rice, which is very similar to arborio or any other type of short grain rice. Of course, you can use any rice you like here. You just make sure to check the package instructions. That way you get your liquid to rice ratios and your cooking times right on the money. Just make sure to add a little extra liquid than what the package states, as is what gives this dish that slightly creamy texture. And we'll also drain 1 can of white beans into a colander and rinse the beans under some water. Size of the can that I'm using is 15 1/2 ounces, which is 440 grams. Okay, let's move back to the stock pot. After simmering the tomato sauce for about 4 minutes, you can see it's slightly thickened. We'll add in the rice and the rinsed beans. And we'll give it a gentle mix until it's well mixed together. Then we'll grab our simmering vegetable broth and gently add it into the stock pot. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. And we're going to simmer this between 16 to 18 minutes or until the rice is just cooked through. Once again, make sure to check the package instructions in the rice you're using. That way you get your cooking times right on the money. And you want to make sure to mix the rice every 3 minutes or so, and that's going to help release the starch in it. That combined with that extra liquid, so it gives this dish that slightly creamy texture. While the rice is simmering, let's get our final ingredient ready. I'm going to grab 100 grams of Swiss chard, which is about 3 ounces, and roughly chop it. I'm using fresh bag Swiss chard. As you know, I love this stuff because it's pre-cleaned and affordable. If you can only find regular fresh Swiss chard in your area, just make sure to thoroughly clean it beforehand. Alright, let's move back to the stock pot. After simmering the rice for about 15 minutes, which in my case is 3 minutes shy of the rice being cooked through, and once again I've been mixing this every 3 minutes or so, we'll add in the Swiss chard, and we'll mix it with the rice until it's well mixed together. And we're going to simmer this for another 2 to 3 minutes until the rice is cooked through and the Swiss chard is nice and wilted. Then remove the stock pot from the heat and transfer some of the rice into a shallow bowl. And check it out, folks, our Spanish rice with Swiss chard is done. Easy to make, beautiful presentation, and all done in about 40 minutes. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, arroz con acelgas Valenciano, and I tell you, it smells absolutely delicious in the kitchen. Here we go. Check that out. You know, hard to believe, hey, this is such an underrated dish, very unknown outside of Valencia. It should be one of the most popular rice dishes ever because it is so good. Rice is beautifully cooked, absorbs everything in the pan. Then you have the white beans and the potatoes that add the texture. The rest of the ingredients, the perfect balance with that Swiss chard really shining through. Easy to make, heart healthy, give it a try at home. Once again, next to a crunchy baguette and a bottle of Spanish red wine from the beautiful region of Gutiérrez, you're gonna have yourself a fabulous meal. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Kevin, Chris Rakic, and Robert Manahan. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.